before you even start, write down your needs. Write down what do you need in a living space. Do you need a microwave? Do you need an oven? Do you need a washer? Do you need a dryer? Laundry was a big thing for me, where I was like, do I really need a washer and dryer inside of my apartment? Because that's a big thing. Washer and dryers aren't always included inside of apartment complexes. And I was willing to bend the knee. Game of Thrones. I was willing to bend the knee at the fact that I am able to sacrifice not having a washer and dryer, just so that way I'm making my rent cheaper. From looking at what you need, then that's when you go into your search and you stick to those needs. You stick to those guns. Because while you're in your search, you're going to look at these very nice places and you're going to see, oh my gosh, this is so nice. Well, I could definitely do this. Like, I have the money to do it. But then you're not thinking about, okay, once you're paying that money, you don't have any more money to play with. You don't have any money to go spend, to go out, or to save to go on that trip that you want to go to, or to save to invest in that bar that you want to bring up. You're going to be blinded by all these nice things. Oh, they have a nice pool. They have a nice dog area. I'm just speaking from example. They have a nice gym. Oh my gosh, there's so many nice cars. This is a nice place. It's fenced, this and that and the other. And you're not thinking about what you need. You're thinking about all your wants. Do what you need to do, not what you want to do, so that way at the end of the day you're a lot happier. Another thing that needs to be mentioned is that you need to do a budget sheet before you do anything else. A budget sheet is pretty much, if you don't know what it is, it's you laying out all the expenses that you have and the money that you're earning and seeing how those two lined up. This is all on things that you're doing per month, okay? This is a very simple one, because you can do yearly budget sheet as well. But this, for the sake of renting a place, I'm doing per month. So, on this budget sheet, I have groceries, gasoline, fuel for your car, auto insurance, car payments if you have any, your cell phone bill, gym memberships, any sort of memberships that you have, Netflix, Amazon Prime, your Texas tag, meaning like the tollway, you know, if that's a monthly fee. Go to your bank account and see for the last 6 months what is getting taken out on a monthly basis that you might not even remember that you already subscribed to. That happens all the time with me, where it's like I've been paying for this meditation application on my iPhone every month, and I've used it maybe 3 times in the last 6 months. Something you can get rid of. Look into it. Be realistic and say, alright, this is how much money I want to play with. Meaning, I want to put aside $200 to $300, or maybe you want to be cheaper. Maybe you want to do $50 a month of just play money. But you got to be realistic, because then that's when you get into trouble. If you're realistic with yourself and you're like, okay, I do like to do this and that and the other, or look for alternatives on doing this and that and the other. Instead of going to Starbucks every single day, make your own coffee. You're going to save money that way. Because you need to realize that you're spending this much of your paycheck per month on just you yourself. Then you have to take into consideration how much are you going to spend on rent. A general rule of thumb is that you only want to spend about 1/3 of your paycheck a month on rent. And when I say rent, I mean rent, utilities, and anything that comes with that apartment / living situation. When I talk about utilities, think about the water bill, think about electricity, think about your Wi-Fi, think about trash fees, pet fees, think about all those things. Wi-Fi. Your apartment complex might only provide 1, maybe 2 providers, or they might say, oh, it's free game, whatever you want to pick. Electricity. Your apartment complex / living situation might tell you, we only go through this one provider. and that one provider might bump you up the wazoo to paying $200 worth of electricity. Those options are out there, so make sure you're asking those questions to those people. At first I thought I wanted an apartment because I loved living by myself, but at the same time I realized that's not going to be the most cost effective for me. So I'm going to have to suck up the whole roommate situation. Roommates. Think of as roommates as training for marriage. You're going to have to do it eventually one day if you do plan to be married. So you're going to have to learn how to compromise. It's going to be a lot more cost effective if you have roommates and you deal with their little quirks here and there. And it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to live on the long haul. That person not washing their dishes, or that person not picking up after themselves, or this and that and the other, that can all be squashed with conversation, or not. Maybe you have somebody stubborn and then you have to deal with that situation. But at the same time, would you rather, and this is your choice, would you rather deal with the roommate situation and live cheaper and have more of that money for you to spend wherever you want or save? Or would you rather spend more money and have that peace of mind with privacy, with being able to walk around naked all day, with whatever you want to do in your apartment or living space? So that's something to think about, and something that really weigh out.
I ain't never spent halftime. When they say you're too famous to package, halftime. I gotta remind them about where I'm from. Get up and dance, baby. Where I'm going, about where I'm gone. Stepping on and switching routes like a stepping stone.
People, and rightfully so, are worried about safety. Oh, am I gonna get mugged here? Oh, is this gonna happen here? Oh, whatever. Type it in on Google, search it, and look at the past year. Don't look at anything past that, because a lot of stuff changes in a year or 6 months even. Just because you're living in a nice place, gated community, doesn't mean that your car's not going to get stolen, or your windows aren't going to get busted out, or whatever the case may be. So when you're doing that research, also look at the last 12 to 6 months. Is there drug problems? Is there car burglaries? Is there house burglaries? Is there drug problems? Whatever. And you have to compromise and see, oh, which one do I like more? Which one do I like less? Look at management and how they are. Do it within 6 months time. Don't do it within a year, because management changes quickly sometimes. So look at their ratings, look how they respond to their customer, look at all of the reviews, not just the negative reviews, and that's going to help you out a lot as well, because maintenance is a thing. Things do break, and you want to have a quick turnaround with that. I know that at the expensive place that I rented at, it came in so clutch. When a shelf broke, they came in the next day or the day of, or my AC broke, they came in the day of, or whatever the case may be. You want to have good management that's there to fix it within 24 to 48 hours, because that's a real thing that you don't want to mess with necessarily, because you don't want to ruin your equipment any more than it is, because then you're going to have to pay out of your pocket from the deposit that you're putting in. Ooh, distance. Also look into how far you're willing to drive to your job, to your gym, to the grocery store. Those things do make a difference. Look into distance. 15-minute drive compared to a 45-minute drive is a long time of your day, because it's just a reality that you need to look into, and that I highly encourage you to think about. Me personally, if you don't mind the whole roommate situation, if you can trust or get along with and have a mutual understanding with the person that you're living with, that is the cheapest and best route. If you don't know, if you're not willing to buy a house, I think it's the best route ever. You're not living at home with your parents, you don't have to deal with all that stuff if you don't get along with them or their lifestyle. 2, you're living a lot cheaper for a lot more space. I went from looking at a $750 apartment, just the rent, not the water, not the utilities, not anything, at 800 square feet or so, to looking at a $750 house, 1,800 square feet. Go check out apps online on the App Store if you have an iPhone. If not, there's plenty others out there. I don't know too much about Android. Go check out Roomy. That's an app. That's a very good app that you can go look at zip codes and places like that. Do your research that way, so that way you can see, because you're going from an apartment at $900, $800, $750 to renting a room that already has all those amenities for $500, $400, $600, $800. $800 was the most I was willing to spend. That was just for me. But if you're in that kind of a situation, renting a room is the best way to go in my eyes, because you get all the amenities that you need. More than likely, everything's included in that monthly rent, and you're living with somebody that you can bear with, that sure is a stranger. You get to know as you go, but at the same time, it's both responsible. They don't want somebody that's just going to trash their place. They want somebody that's going to uphold their place, as well as they want you to stay, so they're going to do their best. Hopefully they're going to do their best to keep you around, to make sure that you're continuing to pay, because everybody's scratching everybody's back. Let me know what y'all think about everything that I just said. Put it in the comments below. What do you like? What do you not like? Help me out. Help me out on... I'm not asking for comments so that way I can get more attraction or anything like that. I'm asking for comments so that way I can better my content and help you out more, because that's what I want to do. I want to be more helpful for everybody, and then in turn, possibly you're going to talk more about it with other people, but that's on you. What I need from my audience is, alright, I hated how you were in the freaking car the whole entire time. I need something more entertainment. Or, okay, the sound sucks, make it better. Or, be positive and say, ooh, I really like this information, I could really give this to somebody else, or la-di-da, this. I need feedback, and I'm not getting feedback. I really want feedback. Also, now, plug, follow me on Instagram at Dogs, Drinks, and Life. Dogs, Drinks, and Life. Follow me on... That's pretty much all I got. I got to do better than that. I'm about to get the Twitter. I'm about to get the Facebook fan page. I'm about to get... What else is there? LinkedIn is coming after that. And I'm going to do a podcast as well. It's moving. I had a small break, but it's okay. I'm going to get it. We're going to get after it. Let's go!